licensed, practical, necessary. Welcome to the Little Play Nurse Podcast. My name is Diaja, and I'm going to be your nurse today. Let's get it started. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all having a great day. I hope y'all are feeling good. I hope today somebody told you that they appreciated you, that they loved you, and that you're doing good things because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Welcome to the Little Play Nurse Podcast. My name is Diaja, and this is episode 1. Today, I'm going to talk about why I really started this podcast, give you a little bit of background about who I am, what I do, why I chose this name, and why did I choose now? My headphones are slipping. So, like I said, my name is Diaja. I'm 31 years old, originally from Delaware. I started out my nursing career path, I want to say, I graduated high school, 2013? So, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years after graduating high school, I was working in at Wawa. If you from the South, you don't know nothing about Wawa. All y'all know about is QT. QT is trash. Wawa is where it's at. But I was working at Wawa, and my mom and them was like, you just love helping people. Like, you should really go to school to be a nurse. You should go to school to be a nurse. And I was like, I don't know. I used to always want to be a pediatrician, but I never thought about the nursing aspect. My mom and my grandmother are both CNAs, still CNAs to this day. My mom has definitely elevated and moved on to kind of shifted to business management, HR, things like that. My grandmother, shout out to her, she still is a caregiver at her young old age. And so they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. They saw that I loved to help people. They saw that I cared about those that were around me. And so they pushed me into healthcare. In Delaware, we have a kind of like a trade program. Basically, it's called Delaware Skills Center. Shout out to them. They made me who I am. And they had a program there, which was a CNA program. So I went through the CNA program. No, I'm lying. Actually, I initially went through for their LPN program. And that process kind of looked like having to apply, taking a TEAS test, sitting down and meeting with the main people of like the program, and they basically was going to decide whether or not they like me, if they want me to come. Made it through all of that, tested really, really well, got in there, sat with the people. They said, we think you would make a great nurse, but because you have no experience in healthcare, we need you to be a CNA first, because this was a program that was basically funding you to become CNAs and LPNs, and it was no money down. They basically only got reimbursed after we went back into the workforce and worked for a year. So it made sense. I was like, I don't want to invest in you if I don't know if you're really committed to this, because a lot of people get into it because it's quick. I think the CNA program was like not even 2 months, 2-3 months. People get into it, realize it's not for them. They get into it for all the wrong reasons, the money, and they end up not getting their money back. So I was disappointed, definitely, because I didn't want to go that route. But I'm so happy that I did. So I went through that program. I passed. I'm CNA for 7 years. Absolutely loved it. I spent a lot of my time when I was a CNA. I spent a lot of my time at hospice care. I did a little bit of home care, but mainly going into different facilities and taking care of residents there who were on hospice. And I loved it. And as I progressed and just went through the levels, it reminded me again, I need to go back to school to become an LPN. So I went right back to Delaware Skills Center. They remember who I was. I went through the process again and got in. That was a 10-month program. I graduated top of my class, 4.0 GPA, was able to speak at my graduation. And then I went straight into the workforce as an LPN. And when I was going through the process as an LPN, because when I tell you that process was very rigorous, all my LPNs that are in here, and especially going through an accelerated program, that program was 10 months, 5 days a week, 7 to 3. And every day we were learning new content. Every week we were testing on a new subject. And as we were testing on new subjects, we were learning a new subject. So you testing on A while learning B. It was very intense. So not once did I ever think that when I graduated, I wasn't a nurse. Not once did I think that the time and the effort that I set out to be was less than my cohorts had, or people who went through a more traditional LPN program, or even my cohorts that went on to be registered nurses. I didn't think any less of what I was doing. I felt like I was a nurse. I felt like a nurse going through that program. I felt like a nurse when I graduated, and throughout my career, I've always felt like a nurse. Like I was out here doing what I wanted to do and caring for people in that way and in this field. And it was extremely exciting for me. I loved it. But when I got out there, the thing, nurses eat their young. I didn't so much experience the nurses eat their young as much as I experienced that LPN RN rivalry, I guess you want to speak. It gives very much high school drama. It gives very much you can't sit with us energy. Like I felt like, I didn't have on the right sneakers or something. Like it was terrible. And
I invited you twice.
My headphones just died, so I can't even hear anything in me. But guess what? We're gonna just keep going because I don't want to start over. And so going through that, it was very stressful. Like I didn't understand, because again, I was in the same spaces with these women, and that basically they were in charge of molding me as a nurse. Because again, nursing school teaches you, in my opinion, nursing school does not teach you how to be a nurse. Nursing school teaches you how to pass the NCLEX. They teach you how to answer priority questions, SATA, select all that apply. They teach you how to do all of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shout out to my brother for stepping in and helping me get my headphones charged. I didn't think that if your headphones are being plugged into I didn't think they needed to be, I don't know what I thought, but hey, we're here now. But like I was saying, nursing school does not teach you how to be a nurse. They teach you how to test. When you graduate and you pass NCLEX and you get a job, that first nurse preceptor is literally responsible for you and your development as a nurse. Helps you develop your clinical judgment, who you are, your identity, your confidence. They will really make or break your career in healthcare, in my opinion, because they are really introducing you into real world nursing. Because come on, let's be real. Clinicals was what, 5-10 minutes, and most of my clinical experience was doing CNA work, was getting out there and doing the work that I had already been doing for 7 years. I didn't do anything nursing wise really while I was in nursing school, aside from when I did have my clinical at the VA. Baby, I was shooting Foley's and everybody. Anytime somebody needed a Foley, I got you. What do you need me to do? Big ones, small ones, large ones, tall ones. Call me Dr. Seuss. I was out there with the Foleys. But other than that, I didn't really have much experience in nursing. So coming into that and realizing like, wow, there's a difference. I'm different. I'm not a nurse, or I fit in a different category of nurses, or people are asking me, oh, well, what kind of nurse are you? Or what kind of, like, what? That never registered to my brain. And so that stuck with me throughout my entire nursing career. It made me, I never doubted my capabilities as a nurse. I never doubted like who I was as a nurse, but I was self-conscious about being an LPN. Because when I would say, they would be like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a nurse. The conversation didn't stop at, oh, okay, where do you work? It was, oh, are you an RN? And I don't know why, but it gave me a little tinge in my heart. Like, why does that matter? I'm a nurse. I am a nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. Why does it matter? And so it made me feel like I didn't want to tell people I was a nurse. I didn't want to tell people I was an LPN. I was no longer proud of all the hard work that I put in. I was no longer proud of, the work that I was putting in and the relationships that I was creating with families and patients and doctors and building my own clinical judgment. I was no longer proud of that. I wanted to only exist in my world of nursing. I didn't want to exist outside, because when I had to have those bigger conversations and had to answer that I was LPN, I was a bit ashamed, if I'm going to be honest, because they made me feel like that. And so over the last couple of years in my nursing career, now I've been a nurse for 7 years in July. July 3rd is my nurseversary. So I will have been a nurse for 7 years in July, and it has been a roller coaster. Like I said, I'm originally from Delaware, but I have migrated to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've been here for a little over 4 years, I want to say. The last leg of my career in nursing has been really spent in nurse management, and that's where the shift happened for me. That's where I realized that this space was necessary. That's where the Little Play Nurse podcast was birthed. Once I realized that my career as an LPN took me through a multitude of experiences to land me in what I feel is one of the highest job visibilities that I could be, which is nurse management. Being able to sit at the table amongst RNs, nurse practitioners, medical directors, all of these people, and my voice mattered. They would look to me and say, Diaja, what do you think about this? Or, Diaja, did you check those labs? Hey, can you call the doctor? Hey, can you call the family? I felt like, hey, I'm here. I'm a nurse for real. Call me big dog. I'm the big L, not the little one, okay? And I had to realize that I didn't change. I didn't become an RN. I didn't become a nurse practitioner. I didn't become a doctor. I did nothing. I was still that same LPN who felt embarrassed and ashamed of being an LPN, that worked hard, that studied, that put in the time and the effort to sit at the table amongst these same people that would have in the real world looked down upon me because I was an LPN. But I was able to sit at the table with them, across from them, and my voice mattered. It no longer mattered whether I was an LPN or an RN. It mattered that I was a nurse manager, and that superseded my LPN, because at the end of the day, whether I was an LPN or RN, if I did not take the time to hone in on my craft, to show leadership skills, to show that I am capable of this position, it wouldn't have been given to me regardless. And so that is how I birthed the Little Play Nurse podcast, to really remind us that we are nurses. We have the same, I want to be mindful of my words, because I do understand the difference in between an LPN and an RN, especially when it comes to education and when it comes to your scope of practice. And that's in no way, shape, or form, or am I trying to discredit one or the other. I am just trying to make sure that we as LPNs understand that we are nurses. We follow some of the same rules and regulations as an RN. We govern our license the same way. We go out and care for these residents in the same way that an RN would care for them, and just really taking back our power. Like, yeah, I'm a little play nurse. Yes, I am a little play nurse, but guess what? When you call me little play nurse, don't forget the nurse part. Heavy on the nurse part. So I really want to have this open space for my fellow LPNs, that we can sit back and we can talk about our experiences and come together and really empower each other through our experiences, because I think that this conversation is happening. It's definitely been happening around me for some time now, but it's like at this point, I want to be at the forefront of the conversation. I want to be in the rooms with the people. I want to be somebody that says, that has the space for people to come in and feel comfortable and feel safe, because I feel like having people that look like you, having people that sound like you makes it better, makes you feel seen, makes you feel heard. I know for me, one, being a black woman, two, I got locks, excuse the rollers in my hair, but I gotta make sure them things come out dry. I used to have piercings in my face. I have tattoos. My hair is purple. I'm loud. I'm goofy. I'm silly. I'm fun. I'm charismatic. I don't fit the nurse aesthetic. I do not fit when you
Another
know,
team, another team.
these companies are looking for nurses and they put their ads out and things like that. I do not fit that aesthetic at all. I'm very headstrong. I am not a yes man. I don't aspire to be one. I aspire to make change. I aspire to see my brother in this damn game. I don't know what it is about them in these games, okay? They are serious about their gaming. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they got money on the line. I don't know, but it turns them up. But I really do want to make this a safe space for not just LPNs. My RN girlies, y'all are welcome too, because you have knowledge, and I know that some of you have worked alongside of great LPNs. I've trained RNs. I have had RNs train me. I work alongside of RNs now. I have to manage RNs. I know that there is a place for each niche within nursing. Whether you're a CNA going to school to be an LPN, a CNA going to school to be an RN, an LPN going to school to become an RN. As a nursing community, I really want to rally around nurses like me who came into nursing very excited, ready to hit the ground, ready to make a change, ready to make difference, and then got stopped because she was just an LPN, making her feel like she was less than or not worthy to stand alongside her peers. I want to make sure that you guys are heard and seen and understand that it doesn't matter if you went to school and you put in them time and you did all them note cards and you took the tests and you passed the NCLEX and you got them 3 letters behind your name, LPN, licensed practical nurse. You belong. You belong here. You belong in these spaces. You belong in the hospitals. You belong at the bedside. You belong in rehab. You belong in management. You belong in nurse education. You belong in healthcare because you worked for it. You worked for those letters. You are a nurse. And this space is for you. I really do want people to understand that there is a level of respect that is owed to LPNs. We say the same oath that an RN says. That, we swear to do no harm. Don't quote me on it because that was so long ago when I said that oath. But you know what I'm talking about. We are coming in here and taking care of your loved ones. We are there holding your loved ones' hands when they are transitioning. We are helping your loved ones learn how to walk again, helping your loved ones learn how to eat again, how to bathe, how to take care of themselves, get themselves back to a place where they feel safe. We are doing those things. Therefore, we deserve that respect. You don't have to like us. You do not have to like me at all, but please put some respect on my name. Because I worked hard to be here. I didn't just walk into this. I didn't just answer a job ad with no experience, no education, and somebody just said, oh, okay, come on, you can be my nurse. Oh, okay, you can work for me. That's not what happened. We had to apply to schools, had to suffer probably 1 to 2 or 3 or multiple rejections, had to take multiple entrance exams, pay monies, lose sleep, lose family, stress, worry, to pour into ourselves to be here, to become a nurse. We go through the same processes as any other educated person within healthcare. You can't just wake up and be a nurse. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. And that's what we do as LPNs. We put in the time. We put in the effort. And that's why we're here. We passed the NCLEX just like you. We sat and took the NCLEX just like you. We earned our seat at this table, and it is time that we get the respect that we deserve. And this podcast is for that. Is to remind anyone out there who does not, maybe they don't understand. Maybe they don't know what an LPN is. Maybe they don't recognize the N in LPN stands for nursing. Maybe they don't get it. So I'm not going to say everybody is just, being a asshole. Maybe they're truly ignorant to what it is that we do. Maybe they're truly ignorant to what it means to be an LPN. So I want to open that space for them too. This is not it's not an argument, because I'm not here to argue or debate my opinion, because it's my opinion. But I am here to try and open up the floor for conversation. I'm here to open up the space for people who may feel that they want to know more. They want to get to know more about what LPNs do, what roles we play in healthcare. Maybe there's somebody out there that's thinking about becoming a nurse and wants to be an LPN and is trying to figure out how to, and what they should do, what they're looking for, what to expect in the world of healthcare. Because baby, buckle up. Okay, because it is not for the weak. Being a nurse is not for the weak. You cannot do it for the money. You got to do it for the love of the game. The money gonna come, but in certain times, after certain shifts, you gonna feel like that money don't even matter. It don't. You have to. You gotta want it. You gotta be hungry for it. You have to love it. You have to really want to be out here and do this day in and day out. You have to love being away from your family and caring for other people's family longer than you're caring for your own, because that's typically like what you're doing and what you see. So again, the Little Play Nurse podcast, like, come chat with me, come talk to me, come let me know how your day was. I want to know what happened on that 8-hour 12-hour shift. I want to know what the beef is between the managers and the floor staff. Because I was a floor staff, now I'm a manager, and I'm like, bro, what's the deal? I want to know what the beef is between the LPNs and the RNs. I want to know, my CNAs, why y'all be mad at the nurses because they sitting at the nurses station charting and you thinking they ain't do nothing. I want to know it all. Come talk to me like I'm your homegirl. Pull up on me each and every Sunday. Pull up on me. Tune in, listen, like, share, subscribe. And definitely let me know. Let me know if some things, if I'm getting it wrong, let me know. If I'm getting it right, let me know. I want to know what y'all are thinking. I want to know what y'all are feeling. I want to know what's going on. I'm inviting you into my world, and I hope you take the invitation, and I hope you trust me enough to invite me into yours. It only works. I want a symbiotic relationship. It only works if you interact with me. I'm going to interact with you. You're going to interact with me. We're going to interact with we. And I hope that y'all tune in to listen to me each and every Sunday. It has been great chit-chatting with y'all. I'll holla at y'all next week.